Hello, everybody on Facebook, and welcome to the Insiders with Liz and Amber. We are so happy to be sharing with you today some very exciting news. We are brought to you, as you all know, by Giant TV, but today we are actually being brought to you by a new network called the Spirit Realm Network through Hauntology Productions. We are so grateful to be joining that family and streaming our show through there. So welcome all the new viewers and listeners to our show. We are so pumped. I'm Liz Throp, and just to kind of give you an introduction as to who I am a psychic medium, and I have a company called Psychic Kids United, where we support children with intuitive gifts and their parents. I also have a academy for intuitive people. So folks who, like yourself, are interested in learning to grow your intuition, and the academy allows lessons on a weekly basis, and we have live coaching sessions and all that good stuff. And I also am the author of the weekly horoscopes through Giant FM and Country 89. And without further ado, let me introduce to you my partner, Miss Amber Price.
Hello, beauty. Thank you so much. I'm so happy. I always like to listen to hear what you do and how you help and what you're creating. It always inspires me too. So yeah, I'm Amber Price, and I am so excited as well to be able to, join forces, not only continue with Giant TV, but to, come along with the Spirit Realm Hauntology Productions. So this is like a great new journey for us and for everyone. It's going to be great. So basically, I am also a Canadian psychic medium, and I have been doing this, I would say, for the better part of a decade now. It feels like it's like gone so fast. So my drive is to help people live the best life that they can mindfully and authentically. So I do a lot of inner work with people using intuitive messages and guidance. And I also have the Clarity Academy, which is a great forum for people to come. It's an exclusive site where people can gain written information about education pieces on everything to do with spirit, soul, consciousness, your higher self, aligning. And so I just love all of the people that are in there because we learn from each other and we continue to grow. I also am the author of the Spiritual Journey Workbook. So that is really exciting to me because it helps people really, go deep on their own time to see where they're going and where they've been. And I also offer, this is so cool. I love this part because this brings all of us together. It's the solidarity of the community, and it is the Spiritual Excellence Halo Award. So every year, this year is October 3rd, but every year we bring together people and we have, top spiritual professionals come, and they offer more education, speaking opportunities. There's, live messaging show, there's connection, and like I just said, collaboration, solidarity, and there's that. But yeah, and I have the Sapphire Association, which brings together women in any profession who are entrepreneurs and business owners, and we collaborate, we work together. Essentially, we're helping to rise each other and, own our power by contributing to how do we make our businesses better? How do we teach each other from what experience we have? And I love doing this show with Liz and everything else we do. Are you excited about Thursday?
Oh my gosh, I am so excited about Thursday. I can't even believe that we've gotten to this point where it's just a week away. Like, that's crazy, right? So why don't you share with everyone what we're doing?
Yeah, so on Thursday, September 10th, Liz and I from the Insiders are going to be hosting a very intimate small group of people at Zen on the Lake in Fort Erie, Ontario, Canada. And we are going to just sit in each other's energy. We are going to offer insight, spiritual education. We're going to be, really working with each of the individual souls and just spread enlightenment and just really connect the way we want to connect, spiritually, soulfully, just to have like a Zen day. And who doesn't want to sit by the water?
Oh my gosh, not only that, it's the setting. Like, so of course the sitting by the water, but there's bald eagles nesting, which I am so excited to see. I think I talked about this on the other show.
Yes.
Kind of a birdie. I like birds, all feathered things. I like animals, but
Yeah.
birds kind of intrigue me. I'm attracted to birds. So anything that's as majestic as a bald eagle, forget about it. I'm like, that's where my attention's going to be probably most of the time.
They'll be like going, squirrel, bald eagle.
Pretty much. You're going to be like reining me in. Get back here, Liz. It's going to be fun though.
It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be so much fun. And I've been getting a lot of questions and texts about it. So yes, just keep coming in, and we're down to a few tickets left. So if you're interested,
that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta sign up now because those tickets aren't gonna last, guys.
Oh my
Okay, so how was your week, darling? What was new and exciting?
You know what? My week was so entirely busy. It was ram-packed. And so, you know, I feel like I was able to kind of see who I needed to see. So I saw a lot of clients. We had a lot of amazing soulful connections this week. And, you know, normally I think I have, you know, a set amount of people that I would see each day, because with spirit work and connection, you have to know your boundaries, right? You have to be able to know that you can effectively and even more importantly, meaningfully connect with people, but not put yourself out to the point where you're so drained that you can't give that anymore. So I already know what my balance is, but this week was a little bit busier than that. And and of course, creating all of these events that are coming up in ours next week. Then these, oh my God, you and I are amazingly joining, like, you know, 4 other top Canadian psychic mediums with the Canadian Mediumship Summit. And that's October 16, 17, right? And then we have the Halos October 3rd. So needless to say, this week was busy. What about you? How was your week?
So a lot of awareness this week. So we had that full moon in Pisces that just took place. And I don't know about you, but it was an emotionally like punchy in the gut kind of moon for me.
Yeah.
Just a lot to unpack for me emotionally. But it was good because it brought so much profound awareness to me. Again, stepping into, you know, an understanding of a grander or greater awareness and understanding of what I need to do and where I need to go and how I need to do it. Just boom, 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 back to back, kind of boom, hitting me, punching me. So I was like, okay, I'm going to pay more attention. I promise. So yeah, that was kind of enlightening. Did you get affected by it? Would you say?
So this week, I, you know, honestly, I was not able to connect to my own emotions, but I remember telling you guys a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago now, I went through all that work then with that moon. So I think I was able to kind of really just manifest and create with this one. But I know that the Mars retrograde is coming September 9th. I believe till November. So the Mars retrograde essentially is bringing up everything to do with essentially our sacral chakra, the fire, right? So emotions, sexuality, sensuality, intimacy. So you're either going to be on that cusp of, you know, all those kind of hidden emotions that we haven't been dealing with are going to come to the surface. And we're going to have to work harder on being, you know, intimate and meaningful towards our relationships, not just our, you know, spouses and partners, but every relationship is going to kind of come to that surface and be fiery.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can see how it's supported by the Pisces full moon that just took place, how that's kind of setting the stage and getting us prepared for that. So another reminder when we're coming into the retrograde for all those folks who aren't aware of what that means. Typically it's a 2 week before and 2 week after kind of situation where you're going to have challenges, not only with what Amber just explained, but also within communication. And obviously getting on board with communication is going to help all aspects of your life. So the communication factor is kind of stifled and or disrupted during a retrograde. And that can be actual physical talking. It could be your computer, your cell phone. You'll find disruptive things happening. So kind of leads into, I don't know if we said this on air or not, Amber, but I remember us having a conversation where I was like, are you feeling anything about the internet coming up? Was that
Oh,
on
yes,
air?
yes. I think we might have mentioned something briefly that yeah.
Okay. And so we both kind of pick up something kind of coming down the pipeline very soon around the internet.
Yeah.
So, anything that you love, back it up into a file or onto a file, so that like photographs, videos, that kind of stuff, because there's a really good possibility there could be a big challenge there. Also, I'm kind of leaning towards we're going to lose the internet for a day or so, possibly longer. So I hope I'm wrong on that, because that's really going to be very disruptive, but I'm kind of leaning there. That's kind of what my guides keep alluding to with me. So I'm kind of preparing at home here, getting everything, I almost want to get one of those landlines again for the house.
Yes.
That's how it's making
that as well. Yeah.
You've been thinking that too. Okay.
I did. Just last night, I was sitting there thinking, I haven't had a landline in a while. And I think that, my provider had kind of said to me, you have a bundle. If you want it, it's going to be pretty much next to nothing. And so I thought to myself, I'm like, you know what? We should have a landline again. Like, there's just a strong connection to that. And you know what? To even back up what you're saying about this, just a few weeks ago, I was in the middle of a session with someone on the phone, because of course we're doing Zoom, video platforms, whatever platforms they are, and then or phone. And during that, the call just kind of dropped. And I thought, okay, well, it's my energy and her energy, and I'll just call her back. And nothing worked. And I used every other phone. But what happened was one of the main providers in Canada had a huge outage for a while. It wasn't so long. It felt like a long time, but it was enough to cause so much disruption. And of course, when people right now are depending on that to communicate and keep that lifeline with people for work or health reasons, public safety, that kind of stuff, it does wreak havoc for sure.
Oh, it will. It will affect everything. So there's nothing that's not internet based anymore. So it is a bit of a, one of those grind your teeth kind of moments. But yeah, that's so funny that, and I remember that day because I was having the same difficulties with my clients, and I'm like, I swear I did not hang up on you. I swear. I was able to get back in touch with the one, and it was like, come on now, why does the phone keep dropping? Why does this keep happening? So yeah. It's coming, guys. So just, not to be alarmists, right? Like, I don't like to do predictions that are alarmist, but if we can get prepared and sort of work into, okay, so we can expect this, it will be back up and running within, day or days. So don't freak out too much, but just be in awareness that that's something I'm feeling coming. And so is Amber. So I see you have your mug with you, darling. I do too. Cheers, my darling.
Yeah. Cheers. Oh, I guess I should drink then.
I know. I know, right? It's bad luck or something, isn't it?
I don't know. You know what? It's so funny because I don't follow those superstitious things. I use my energy and feel like, so I'm an empath, right?
Right.
You and I, we're empaths. And so my fail safe is, does this feel good? Does this feel bad? Do I feel weird? And so I just do that. So when I hear that, there's so many superstitious things that I probably already do and break all of those rules.
There is one. I will not walk under a ladder. I cannot do that.
Yes.
I think that's just common sense though, because usually there's like a can of paint or something on the
yes, something.
I'm like ditzy anyway. Like I have no balance. So I'm likely to knock into it and knock a can of paint onto my head. It'll be like a,
No, I don't think that you're ditzy. I think that you get so much energy that this is a common trait in people who are constantly receiving information, right? Because you're constantly not, we, as much as we practice to be mindful, and that's super important. A lot of times when we're out and about, there's so much stuff that we're picking up, like on that frequency, that we're not paying super attention to what we're doing, or we're trying to pay attention to so much and we don't know to discern it just quite yet. So you're definitely not ditzy. You're just
bless you. But back onto the empath thing, for those who don't know what empath is, because we've done a few shows on that, so our normal listeners will know. But anybody who's chiming in on the new network, an empath is somebody who feels and absorbs other people's stuff like it's happening to them. So it's like you could be next to somebody who's going through an emotional challenge in their life. You're absorbing that emotional energy like it's actually happening to you. And like that's what I think you were alluding to. Going through the week, you were feeling and absorbing. And when you're making decisions based on, instead of following superstitions, you're feeling and absorbing, how does this feel to me? So yeah. A lot of our viewers will be empaths. I find that a lot of them are.
Yeah. And, and this is the year of the indigo too, right? Like we're going into 2021, which is the indigo year. So when I was doing some meditative practice last week and just kind of reflecting, I meditate maybe differently than the average kind of way people think they should meditate. So I go for a drive, I listen to music, I just sit outside in nature. I just essentially do something that I really, really love. And then that's my meditative practice. But during one of the meditations a couple months ago, this, of course, with the year of, global health crises, we've got a lot of other things going on because the normal day-to-day stuff doesn't stop, abuse, neglect, crime, other illnesses. You've got, hurricanes and other nature involved. So definitely we're still doing all of that, and we are meant to go within this year and really kind of reflect and heal, which is a very empath based year. But 2021 is the year of the indigo, so the warrior souls, the ones that are going to fight, but also the indigos tend to pick something that's like the underdog kind of thing, focus on that for a bit and then switch gears, and they go around and around to different things. So we will have a lot of that style of energy coming up in 2021, which I'm excited for.
I am too, because I am an indigo, and I am totally, I have that warrior spirit within me, and I have been feeling that rumble. And as you know, I've told you I'm going to be working on changing some laws here in Canada with a friend of mine who was on our show, Bro. So we're going to be working on changing some of the child trafficking laws. Like we've been working on it for a few months now. We're really getting excited about, it's getting to that point. So yeah, you're going to see that coming down the pipeline. That's just for Canadians, unfortunately, but maybe an indigo in the States can pick up that, and an indigo any part in the world can pick that up and start running with that to make some changes in the laws that we're no longer accepting, right? Because that's kind of where indigo energy is. Like we get to that boiling point, can't take it anymore, we're going to make some changes. And it's all about, like you said, supporting the underdog. And as a humanity, all of us are starting to really come together and go, this stuff isn't working anymore. This behavior is not working anymore, right? So it's a very exciting year.
People are called to action, right? So when you have spent the good part of your year searching for what your soul's purpose is, and you're here for something greater, but you don't know what that is, a lot of the souls right now in the human experience, us humans, are now starting to really fall into, here's what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, here's what this purpose is for me. And of course, it can change and evolve, and that's what it's supposed to do. And then also through that, a lot of people are changing the way they do business and becoming more innovative, creative, and resourceful, and really putting us on that verge of this creative energy, which is very feminine, energy based. And how do we create something? Because humans, souls, they're not satisfied with staying in the same space. So as much as most people will say, I don't like change, you like progress. You might not like change if it's not based on your own, timeline, but you love progress because progress keeps us happy. Progress keeps us informed, and oh my God, it helps so many other people. So I'm excited to see what you and Bro Perkins are able to kind of come up with. And anything you do and anything anyone else chooses to do is better than nothing.
That's right. That's it exactly. Because you get into a mindset of this has to happen, and then you go, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Just pick a couple of things. We'll do it like eating an elephant, right? It's too momentous of task to think about the entirety of it all. So you chew off a couple of pieces and you start chewing, and before you know it, the elephant's done. So it's, anybody picking up any big challenges coming into the new year, just know you're feeling it now more than ever. You're totally feeling it now. And I believe between September and December, there's like a very strong urge to take the bull by the horns. So whatever it is that you've been, wanting to tackle, this is the perfect time to do it. This is like good energy time. So we do have quite a few people chiming in here. Should I just give us a couple of
yeah, let's see who's out there.
Okay, so hello ladies, hope you are all well. That's from Micheline. Hello, good afternoon ladies. So we're getting a lot of hello ladies. That's always nice.
Hello everyone. Mwah!
Yes, hello everyone. So nice to see you, they're saying. That's Ruth saying that. My meditations are based on grooming a special horse. That is perfect. Actually, animals, any animal, but grooming, I get it. When you're grooming a horse, it's very methodic and you get that energy of the animal. But, even laying with a cat or a dog and just, the petting motion, that is very good energy. Like you'll know you're in Zen energy when a cat will sit on your lap for a period of time.
Well, so it's funny that you guys say this because this right now in Niagara, so Niagara has a lot of allergies, right? We're a beautiful region. We have lots of nature and beautiful, beautiful gardens.
Well, fruit belt. We're the fruit belt and the wine belt, right? In Niagara. Right.
But that means that there will be more allergens in the air and affecting people. So for me specifically, I have ragweed, and ragweed has been my nemesis for the last 6 weeks. So last night in particular, I couldn't fall asleep until 5:45 this morning. Yeah. And so I was just like, my skin is itchy, my eyes are itchy. I went through a whole box of tissue, sneezing, and just itchy. And so I, of course, went to the pharmacy this morning and I said, look, what you got for ragweed? Because I was like, this is not working for me. I am not a happy person when I do not get my sleep. So anyway, needless to say, I'm trying something new. But when we have these, so I'm trying to relax last night and trying to do anything to be like, okay, angels, clear my sinuses, take it away. Archangel Raphael, do something for me, like help me sleep, right? Help me heal. And so then of course you're hearing why all the reasons you have to go through this and experience this dis-ease of feeling, right? So then I'm like, okay, fine, I surrender. But in that time, my cat, Willow, the black and white cat, is just on me. She's just like crawling up and laying on my chest. And then she's like right by my head, which is making me more itchy. But you know what? Like then I relaxed again and surrendered because I just asked all my angels and guides and archangel to help me heal. And then here's Willow. She comes and she lays on me and literally within 15 minutes of her kind of settling in, I was able to calm myself down enough to fall asleep for a little bit. So there really is a huge healing force to animals. Cats in particular absorb and take out that, and they do heal. So if you notice they're on the things that are hurting you, definitely, like Liz said, that's exactly what it is. But we have 4 cats. They're not all mine, and it wasn't meant to be that way, but we love them now. And they all have very unique spirit psychic abilities.
Yeah, they do. It's amazing. It's amazing how, as you know, I have my adopted boy. I've only had him since February of this year. And he's just such a pleasure. Like he's such a pleasure to be around. Because I work from home, as do you, it's nice to have that, that being with me. The house never really felt, I was comfortable alone, but it just feels so much more comfortable now that I have this little sentient being with me all the time. So he's wonderful.
Absolutely.
He's just wonderful.
And that's the truth, because we had a beautiful cat, Lexi, and she passed away unexpectedly. And we went about 8 months where it was, okay, we're not going to do this again, but there was such a draw to get, one feline. Just the one, people. But of course,
sorry.
Hi.
I just dropped my phone. Sorry.
We're full of empaths in my house. Like I joke and say it's the house of mediums and the house of empaths because we have like so many, right? And they're all vibrating at different levels. So of course we've got people who go out for a walk and rescue somebody, you know, or whatever. So we've got, you know, 4 and that's the limit. But they are constantly like filling the house with such a beautiful energy, like you said, because when Lexi wasn't here, the house did not feel like a home, like the way that it did when there was this sentient being. And then so when we had I had a cat again, or a pet of any kind, right? You actually, there is such a shift. And I would be interested to know if viewers out there also feel that connection. I know there's people who love animals and there's ones that like them from afar, or maybe not, but like let us know, how do you connect to your animals psychically, because that would be interesting to know if you've noticed that they have these healing properties.
Exactly. And well, dogs, like for the dog owners out there, they are just love buttons, right? Like they're just like your best pal, your little love button. We've decided not to do another dog because they are very it's like having a child, right? It's like being committed to a child. Cats are so much more independent. But I always felt guilty going away on vacation, leaving the dog behind. And for some reason, I don't have that same guilt with the cat. I don't know why, but they're so much more independent and he's like totally chill. Yeah. So, you know, and I have my neighbor come in and take care of him daily. But so the dog folks out there, like it must be along the same lines. Like your house is just not a home without that animal.
Yeah. And you know who's going to be great? This is going to be an amazing topic for next week.
Yes.
Because next Friday, September the 11th at noon, we're doing another live, and we are having the animal communicator, the gal who speaks with animals, Mary Beth Haynes, and she's going to be on, and the 3 of us are going to share our information and wisdom. And I cannot wait to hear what Mary Beth has to share, because I have, seen her and the energy she brings in, and all types of animals, reptiles. So for you animal lovers out there, don't forget to tune in next Friday.
Yeah, because that's going to be an amazing show. And Mary, you know, she is amazing. I love her. Love her.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fun show. So I know. So what have you got on the agenda for this week? Anything exciting this weekend? We got a long weekend here in Canada.
Yes, Labor Day weekend, and usually before the kids go back to school, it's always filled with as much fun and outside stuff as we can do. Yesterday was my husband's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Matt.
Yeah, thank you. I will tell him. So he had to work during the day, but at night we did a whole spread for him for dinner and homemade cheesecake and stuff like that. So that was fun. But he always celebrates the entire weekend because his birthday's always around the Labor Day weekend. So he's got like a jam-packed 4 days of us or 3 days of us just kind of doing fun stuff. So swimming in our pool, hanging out back, probably taking the kids for a walk or something. So it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to myself getting ragweed under control. That's my goal. And just really letting him kind of set the pace, because I want to kind of go into my feminine energy and just be. What about you?
Yeah, well, we did have plans on going to the cottage this weekend with our friends. Friends have a cottage up in Minden, so we were planning on that. But it looks like we're going to have to back that off a little bit because we don't have anyone to watch Mr. Biggles. And I know.
I'm available anytime to help.
Oh my gosh! Wow. Well, thank you. But we've already accepted. We're just going to go up for one day, and then we have plans to hit Sarnia to go see other friends during the week. So we're going to go do that. But it's so funny that your and Matt's birthday is on a long weekend. My Andrew's birthday is on May 24 weekend, and it's the same with him. He gets the entire weekend as a birthday. It's like a continuous, it's like another day of birthday. It's like no fairsies.
I know. And so I was joking this past birthday, because mine's in July. So I always say, okay, well, if he gets a whole birthday weekend, I'm going to get birthday week. But I can't do it. Like, I cannot. I know. It doesn't work for me that way. I just feel like I forget the day that it's my birthday, that it is my birthday. I just feel like on my birthdays, I sit and reflect and think, am I doing what my purpose is? Yeah. Is changing? It's more like a spiritual reflection to me.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%. I don't like the attention. I did have a big birthday last year. I had my 50th. And so my husband and my daughter had a surprise birthday party for me, which was lovely. And did I know? No. Uh, you know, the problems with being psychic, right? And you just know something's up when everyone's not talking to you.
Oh, of course.
Right.
Yep.
So it was amazing, but I'm like you, my birthday falls in October, on like the day before Halloween. So I'm like, I don't really want to celebrate because Halloween's more important, if that makes sense. It's weird.
Yeah, I guess that's how people with their birthdays close to other holidays, no matter what cultural holiday you celebrate.
Yeah.
Because my second youngest daughter, she's 5 days before Christmas. And
Oh,
it's always kind of jam-packed with everybody doing Christmas stuff. And so so we have to make extra special, like today's about her, it's not about anything else. And we do that. But I think that's it. When you're near a holiday, it's kind of like blends, right?
it does blend.
Yeah.
So, well, I think we have covered everything we needed to cover today. What do you think?
Yes, I am very, very happy as always to talk with you and
Oh my
to see
gosh.
everybody that's chiming in to say hello and listening. So please tune in next Friday at noon because Mary Beth will, she will not disappoint if you are looking to understand how to connect to animals and how she connects and communicates and of course, Mary Beth is one of the speakers at this year's Spiritual Excellence Halo Awards. So if you don't get enough of her next week, then you'll sure to be able to get enough, more information. Yeah. You can never get enough of Mary Beth.
You won't get enough of her. It's so funny. I have a quick story to tell about her. I got a message from somebody that follows me on Facebook about 2 months ago, I want to say, about a missing dog. And what was my thoughts on it? And I'm like, I don't really do missing pets, but I'll give it a shot. And I kind of found a location that I felt comfortable with, and I shared that. And it just so happened that 2 other psychics had found that same location to be a hotspot for this missing dog. Turns out Mary Beth was one of them. And I had no idea that she was working on this dog simultaneously. So it was really interesting when I found out she was one of them. I got in touch with her right away, and I'm like, we were kind of collaborating, and she's just so good at what she does. I can't even begin to tell you. She's the real deal, folks. You don't want to miss her. So yeah, I'm excited about speaking to her about this, and I'm excited to see her on the Halos. Oh my gosh. Yeah. We'll get more into that when we have her on the show. But
yeah, this year's virtual Halos, because this is what I feel safest doing.
Right.
All of us. And in the coming years, we'll go back to a dinner gala, but
yeah, it was amazing.
It's super interesting and how it's coming together, and y'all can kind of just like enjoy it at home with your family and friends. Just in. So yeah. Okay, we will definitely be back next Friday. We will chat, and then I'm headed into vacation time, so September is always crazy for me with vacation. But we'll definitely be here next Friday.
All right, we'll see you then, guys. Thanks for joining us. Till next Friday.